Hello, and thank you for watching us here at Tax Talk UK, where we talk about all things tax and try to help you to understand the tax system as it applies to you. So today we're going to talk about how to allocate your personal tax payments in your MTD software. So before I do, if I could please ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll easily be able to refer back to this information if you should need to, as well as being able to find other information that we have available on a whole host of different topics, all aimed at supporting you in your self-employment. So back then to how to allocate your personal tax account payments in your MTD software. So this is actually aimed at those trading as sole traders. If you are trading as a micro entity, as a limited company, then if you are making personal tax account payments from your limited company, then that will be treated exactly the same as any other personal expenditure. So today we're specifically talking about sole traders and self-employed. So of course, if you are trading as a sole trader, you and the business are the same. But when you have submitted your self-assessment tax return and calculated your personal tax liability, that is a personal tax liability, and that is a liability that has arisen on the profits of the business that you're trading. So when you come to allocate that payment, it's really important that you don't allocate it in any way that impacts the profit and loss. So it's not an expense of the business. It's not something that impacts the profit and loss. It is a personal liability, so it is something that must be it must be allocated as such. So that's the first thing that's really important. And if you're not sure, then obviously the different softwares have different ways of being able to identify whether a category code is going to impact your profit and loss or not. But if you're not sure, an easy way to do this is to run your profit and loss for the period that you're currently in, allocate the payment, and check that that report is still the same afterwards. So ordinarily it should be treated in the same way as your drawings, as your personal drawings, because you're paying a personal liability, albeit it has arisen from the profits of the business. It doesn't impact, it's not an expense in the way that it doesn't reduce the profit. So this seems to have caused a lot of confusion. But if you just remember the principle that although the liability has arisen from the profits of the business, it is a personal liability, so it needs to be accounted for as such. And it's really important that it isn't accounted for in a category that treats it as an expense. So hopefully that this makes sense, and this is helpful. Certainly, if there's any further questions on this, please do feel free to drop them in the comments, any further clarification. It does seem to have caused a little bit of confusion, so we just wanted to cover that. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Goodbye.